All right, so it is day 41. It is finally a running day again, but I've got one task I need to do before I go for a run. It's supposed to be a 3 mile. I think I'm gonna make it a 4 mile. And that is find my snow tires and fit them in my trunk, which may not be that big of a task, or it might be. I don't really know. Oh. That is crazy bright. Maybe I shouldn't be. Probably right about there. Alright, well that was easier than I thought it would be. I'm headed back inside, and the next thing we're doing is going for a run, because that's what we're doing here. What's up, dog? Alright, I'll check back in. I'm going for that run. See ya. Alright, so it is day 45. I am headed out for my run. On the Excel sheet, it did say a 3 mile, but I'm going to tack on another mile for a 4 mile. Honestly, just because I feel like everything says that I've been reading, it kind of comes down to mileage, and I've been feeling totally fine with things, so I think I'm not going too crazy by just adding a mile onto this workout, and I think 2 days from now I'm going to tack on another mile to that workout, so kind of just jumping my mileage a little bit quicker. So I'm out for a 4 miler. I got my heart rate on. I'm at the roadside. It is wet because I'm no longer falling for that trap anymore. Yeah, so I'm going to go for a 4 miler. I'll see you when I get back. Ciao. Okay, so I just ran a 4 miler, and I'm going to tell you how it went. So one thing I want to say is I finally figured out how to get into the app that is recording the Wahoo app, so that it tracks a lap every time I go over a mile. So now I can have individual mile times, which is pretty nice. And just a little bit more exact. So my first mile was a 9:01 with an average heart rate of 149. Mile 2 was a 10:03 with 159 heart rate. Mile 3, 10:11 with a 159. Mile 4 is a 10:13 with a 163 heart rate. So one thing about this is my first mile, I think basically is almost always, that's how long it takes me to kind of get my body going. This is something obviously didn't ever think about until now. So maybe that's something that if you're out there and thinking like, maybe I should like tack on more mileage or something like that, because that's the only reason. That was the reason I added the 4th mile. I was only supposed to run a 3 mile, but now when I look at it, doing that extra mile could just be the 1 mile that I'm kind of working up to getting my body ready for exercise, and then doing those 3 miles that are more consistent. So I do my 9 mile at 149 BPM. Gets me going, and then I do my 3 miles just about at 10 minutes a mile, 155 to 160 heart rate. So when it comes to getting your body kind of warmed up, this is something that I'm gonna have to think about, obviously, on a race day, and I'll be jumping into it with a crowd of people. Maybe I can start a little bit faster than I would have planned on, things like that. So I was at average pace, I was doing 952 miles, and my average heart rate was 158. So my averages pretty much spot on. Hopefully in the next couple weeks, my overall average mile at about 155 heart rate We'll slip below that 10-minute mark, and we can be headed towards 9:30s. So just kind of talking about the running today. It was amazing conditions. It's crazy warm, like no wind. I got to go in the middle of the day, and it's like mid-December New York, so that's good stuff. Yeah, one thing I want to talk about is I'm kind of struggling in picking a half marathon to do. According to my schedule, it would be a really good time for me to do it at the end of January. However, the only races I'm really looking at aren't really in convenient locations. Rather than fitting it into the schedule, I think I'm going to fit it in where it may fit my general, convenience. Yeah, there's nothing more else to it, more or less to it. I would just like something a little bit more convenient. So I'm going to be looking at a couple races in February and late February, early March, just to get a half marathon under my belt. It'll be crazy kind of doing one in March because I'll be a month away from doing a full marathon, which is, probably not ideal, but whatever. That's my goal. I already set it, so we're sticking to it. Not to say you shouldn't adjust your goals accordingly as things go, because that's probably a smart thing to do. I'm just saying I want to stick to mine. But if I can't find one perfectly for the end of February or early March, it looks like I may be going to Brooklyn for the February 4th Go Hard or Go Home half marathon. It's still open. Registration's only $50. I say only as if it's not a lot. It seems like a lot for a half marathon. I've never run one. Maybe it's not. So yeah, I might be headed there to do that, and that would be fun. It'd be cold, but I'll be training through the winter anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. So in the next couple days, if I can't find the perfect late February, early March race, I'm going to be going hard and going to Brooklyn. Cool. All right. So that wraps up day 45. As always, ciao for now. See you tomorrow.